But in the jungle, where a meter of rain can fall in a single month, these scent marks are constantly washed away. So finding love in the rainforest is not easy. That will be the challenge for one young jungle cat at a rescue center in Costa Rica when he's released back into the wild. Dexter Lewis Miller has been looking after Namu, a 1-year-old male ocelot, since he was a kitten.
Namu! Namu Woki! Namu Woki!
This is Namu.
Namu was brought here by a local community. When he first came here, he was probably about 1 week old, maybe 2 weeks old. He was very, very young. Me and Namu, we're really close. Yeah, we spend very much time together, pretty much every day. Pretty much like his really good friend, almost like a dad for him.
Every day, Dexter takes Namu for a walk to get him used to the sights, sounds, and scents of the forest. Ocelots are found in South and Central America. In the 1970s and 80s, they were hunted for the fur trade and nearly driven to extinction. Now every ocelot is precious. They feed on a variety of jungle animals. And Namu is learning fast. At 1 year of age, Namu will soon start to look for a mate. And he does this by producing a powerful pong.
The ocelots, they're very, very smelly cats. There's spray everywhere they go.
This pungent scent contains pheromones, chemicals that attract the opposite sex. Being able to detect pheromones will be crucial to Namu if he is to find a mate in the jungle. So Dexter's setting up a bizarre scent test for him, with some of the finest perfumes.
Today we're going to be testing Estee Lauder, Calvin Klein, and Chanel. But we'll see which one he likes the most.
This may seem strange, but some perfumes also contain pheromones. And it's thought that ocelots confuse certain brands with the scent of a potential mate. In the wild, scientists use perfumes to tempt ocelots close to their camera traps. It's a harmless way to monitor their numbers. So will Namu detect the pheromones? He's not keen on the first one. But this one has certainly taken his fancy.
The middle log has the perfume of Estee Lauder. He likes it very much.
But for Dexter, the most important thing is how Namu detects the perfume. He doesn't just smell it through his nose, as we do. Namu uses his tongue to flick particles to a special scent detector inside his mouth. Our pet cats do this too. If a tomcat comes across the scent of a female, he'll open his mouth and taste the air. It's known as the Flehmen response, and it helps cats communicate through scent. When Namu is released into the jungle, this super sense should help him sniff out the perfect partner.
Namu will use this technique to try to find a love. Namu! He's gonna be loving the jungle, but also he's gonna remember us for a very long time as well. I will miss him very much, that's for sure. But I'm very happy if one day he take off and just start living in the wild. Namu!
We've seen how our Moggy's wild cousins have been pushed to extreme places by the need to always find new territory. It means they've had to constantly adapt and change their diet to what's around. But all cats are fussy eaters. Strict carnivores, their stomachs can only digest meat and flesh. Way back in their evolutionary history, a genetic mutation meant cats lost the ability to taste sweet things. Which is why our pet cats show no interest in fruit or berries. In the wild, being strict carnivores means cats have to be phenomenal hunters. But if you thought cats only hunted mammals, fish and birds, think again. In Sri Lanka, there's a pocket-sized puss with a most unusual diet. The rusty spotted cat. Weighing just over 1 kilogram, a third of the weight of a domestic cat, it's one of the smallest felines of all. Biologist Chandika Jayaratne is one of the few people ever to have studied this cat.
Rusties might look like a tiny little domestic cat, but they're far from it. They're more like a, would you say, a tiny leopard? When they're born, I mean, a newborn kitten could weigh as much as a chicken egg. So that shows you how tiny these cats are.
Being small, fast and well camouflaged means they're incredibly hard to spot.
I've seen in the wild. I always see them at like the most unluckiest of times when I don't have a camera or the camera's run out of battery.
Don't be fooled by their delicate frame. Size for size, rusty spotted cats are said to have the bite strength of a tiger. But it's what they eat that surprised Chandika.
It's surprising to think that a cat would eat an insect, but they're easy to catch. There's no real threat from locusts biting back. So, and also very nutritious, high in protein.
Rusty spotted cats are one of the few species of insect-eating cats. Some pet cats do this very occasionally too. In the jungles of Sri Lanka, eating insects has given this tiny terror the edge. But in the desert, there's one small cat with a more sinister diet. It shares a trick with Dracula. Wild cousins break all the feline rules. But there's one habitat so extreme, it seems impossible a cat could survive there.